Mounce, BBG, chapter 35, sentence 8. Hopefully you recognize this as a sentence you basically have already worked on. The only thing different here is that you have the same verse from a different gospel. So, of course, you're going to see a little bit of a different ending here on the tail end, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. You have a different participle here, and you notice that instead of Holy Spirit, you have agatha here. So other than that, hopefully you recognize the rest of the verse, and you can just kind of repeat what you already know. So therefore, if y'all being, and here, of course, you have this present participle from a me in this case, but it's also nominative plural masculine, right? So and of course that goes back to all of this. So therefore, if y'all being evil, and then you have oidete again, no. And then here you got to do this before you can say good gifts, but now you hopefully know that this is a present active infinitive from didymi, and I don't know why I always want to say didymi, but didymi, and in this case, very, very clear. But then you pull apart this and you say, well, no, I haven't seen, well, yeah, that's among other things, that can be a present active infinitive ending for the me verbs. So simply put to give in this context. So to give good gifts to your children, how much rather or more your Father, the one in the heavens, right? So your Father who is in heaven, or your Father, your Father, the one in the heavens, something like that. But I'd probably, in this particular instance, say your Father who is in heaven, and go ahead and do the Mounce thing of turning it into a relative clause. Here you have dose, which hopefully you remember is will, is a future from didymi. You don't have any reduplication or augment or anything like that, but it's the future form. And here you have a third singular, so it's he will give, and of course it's talking about the our Father who is in heaven, right? Will give. And then here's one of the big differences: instead of the Holy Spirit, it's he will give agatha. All right, so agatha is a neuter plural, can either be either nominative or accusative, and obviously it follows the verb, so we're going to treat it as an accusative and say will give good things. And here's a particular case where you really do want to spell out good what, and as a neuter plural you're going to say good things, and we've already been through to the ones asking him. So, and you may or may not remember that this one could fool you, because you may look at this and say, third plural, from aiteo, and you may look at this as a present active indicative verb. But the problem there is that it follows this definite article, and once you take a second to look at these two letters right here, you say, oh, wait a minute, that could be a participle, and it could be a dative plural participle, which declines as a third declension, and that way it would look exactly like that. So, and that way, of course, it also lines up with the definite article and becomes a substantival participle to the ones asking him. So, I'll try not to belabor that anymore, and just run back to the beginning. If therefore y'all being evil know to give good gifts to your children, how much rather or more your Father who is in heaven will give good things to the ones asking him.